Right, welcome back to Angling 360. That's Alex, I'm Gordon, and it's day 3 of 3 fishing on the River Trent. I blanked the last session, lost 2 fish, and if you heard his big girly scream at the end,
it was a
big girly scream. Big girly scream.
Oh no! No!
He reckons he lost his zander.
I don't know. I lost the fish, but
I think going by the bait it was a wee jack. Just that kind of.
I don't know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Same my 2 huge barbel that I lost. Anyway, we're in another new spot where we spoke to yet another old timer, and he gave us some tips. We'll keep them private because it makes me look like a tube.
Secret tips. Well, I don't know. Not really, because what you've been doing has been working.
Well, true.
Well, until yesterday.
Until yesterday. Well, I did get a run on the meat and the pellet, so I've put a cheesy garlic pellet on one of my tip rods today, and I've trimmed down from like big chunks to a smaller bit of meat.
Apparently meat's the way to go.
Apparently, winter time they like the meat. Who doesn't like a bit of meat? The rods have been in since 8 o'clock. Now you get your zander rod in a wee bit earlier.
I did.
And something happened. We didn't have any cameras or mics set up, so you can talk through what you're seeing now.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm starting with the zander rod today. Right in the margins. After yesterday's success, alright, it was a pike, but it showed that the method worked. So I did the same today, straight away. And within minutes, I think something picked the bait up and dropped it. It was very deliberate bounce of the float, so you never know, but it could have been.
And there's a good big stretch of slack water here for you to kind of.
Yeah.
You are only allowed two rods fishing at the one time on your licence and your permit, would that be right? Permit only allows you 2 rods.
I'm not sure about the permit.
The permits are a bit vague with their rules, aren't they?
Speaking of which, if you watched last episode, you'll realise that the video ended quite abruptly with me losing a fish, and there was no sort of standard sort of outro. That's because we get chased off the water. We pushed our luck too far this time. We still thought we were within daylight hours.
There was blue on the horizon, so for me that's day.
You can still see your rod tips. You can still see your rod tips against the sky. That is daylight in my book, but not on here. So
we got our first slap in the wrist.
We've been told. So it was nice fishing the River Trent. So I might find somewhere else to go because I think they might be banned.
I will not cut your arse out at the night, what you know?
No, good on tomorrow.
End of the season. Anyway, the weather forecast is to be pretty much less wind than Monday, but
wetter.
Maybe a bit wet. Hopefully it's just showers like this. I can live with that. But if you're a glasses wearer, you'll feel my pain, steaming up, wet, and then I've been cutting a bit blind this morning. Took them off, but
so day 3 and a new stretch of the river, another new stretch of the river. That's either brave or extremely irresponsible and stupid.
Well, it's through a lack of options, wasn't it?
Aye.
We got up.
We tried 2 swims and both of them were taken.
We went to bed 2 hours earlier last night, and we got up an hour earlier, and we were still
beaten to it.
So that tells me the conditions are good, and it's fishing well, despite what some folk tell us.
Didn't fish well yesterday.
I did.
You think?
I get 3 runs. You get how many runs? Many fish?
Just the one barbel. Well, barbel, chub, and a wee pike.
See, if you ever watched September's video, Barbel Bonanza, that's spoiled us. That's got us. We've set a benchmark of 16 fish in a day. Anything below that,
I suppose.
We've spoiled it for ourselves in a way. Well, that didn't take long. And it's on the meat. This feels massive.
Mic on?
Yeah.
What is it, 15%?
Right.
Fuck this.
I'm terrified in case I lose this after yesterday's antics. This feels big. Just feels that a dead weight. That's what I'm thinking. See if this is a... It's not that's a fish, isn't it? It's a fish.
It's a fish, of course.
Get that nice bend in the rod, Alex, rather than my ugly mug.
Angles I get into for a good shot.
This feels bloody huge. It's just sitting there. The meat. See, local advice, If you can't listen to local advice, then what advice? I'm just rambling shit here. I'm nervous. I've got a feeling this might be a wee fish with a lot of crap around it. So all of a sudden doesn't feel as heavy. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes.
Still a wee fish?
No. There's one thing I've learnt with these fish. Whether they're £5 or £13, you need to keep that adjustment to the drag, don't you? Because when they see that bank, they just wake up and then show their power. It doesn't feel as heavy as what it did, but it's a barbel. There it goes again, there it goes again, there it goes again. Say it every time I get a fish. But it terrifies me because I tied my own rigs. I should start to trust my own ability in tying these rigs now. You do have the net there, don't you? Oh, I've got to be through there. You haven't seen the feeder come up yet, have you? Just look, get it in the net, you madman, looking at me. Right, Alex said about 11, I said 12. It only went 13. So that has more than made up for yesterday. And got us off to a fly of the day. How's that looking, Alex? Get a couple of nice photos for us. I don't think he'll hang about because he was quite lively. And away. That's took the pressure off for today. Although it is nice to get a fish on the last cast, it's also nice to get one early on, settle the nerves. Right, it's absolutely pouring down, let's get dry. Alex really hoping that float goes. And there's some more. I hope he gets his zander. They are really nice fish. Nice to see a river. An English zander, sorry. Now the Dutch ones don't count apparently. Busy wee stretch this morning. Right, so I've covered a lot of things in these past 3 videos. Just thought we'd go over what bait that we've been using, which has been catching this fish. Firstly, we'll start with the ground bait, and we like to mix it up with a variation of 2 mils, 4 mils, 6 mils, and then a couple of 8s and 10s in there. Add in some of the ground bait till you get a nice selection of ground bait, and to that I like to add some gravy, we call it, some barbel juice. That gravy taste to it, and you're thing with it, and you get a wee bit in your mouth, you can taste the gravy off it. And Alex has mentioned a couple of times, this syrup is what I've been over the years. Smells like Barbel. Over the years, I'll go down to the shed. Every time I'm in sorting fish and stuff, I'll flip the jars over. Just keep soaking the hook baits. Now, however, a lot of the fish this time round has came on luncheon meat. Now that's the size I was using, but after speaking to the gentleman this morning, I've now started to trim it down a touch and use that size. That's what the 13 pounder came on this morning. A chunk exactly like that. One other thing that we had is good old hemp seed. So that's the ground bait mix. Every couple of hours, every 3 hours, we'll put out like 5 or 6 feeder fulls. I'm going to try and make the habit of casting every hour, so that's putting an extra feeder full out on the hour. I done that last year and it seemed to do quite well. But that's the baits which I've been working on, that's the ground bait. So I hope that helps you. Somebody would normally ask in the comments, so that's why we're doing it.
Well, Gordon was determined he saw some action on this dead bait here. I wasn't convinced, but then possibly. If anything, it's very delicate. I don't know if it is. Nah. It's wishful thinking more than anything. Nah. Right, this float is doing some silly things. Yeah, I'm doing some silly things. Everything I've read says you should hit any indication as quick as you can, but I'll hit it, but I don't think there's anything there. I think I've just pulled the bait off that. Oh, fresh bait on, back out. So those, in my opinion, my limited knowledge says that is ideal for zander. Maybe a little bit bigger, but that's all I've got. So just scaled down pike gear, like very much scaled down. Little single in the hook, in the tail, sorry. Little treble in the flank. That's what we're looking at. Float ledger still, same setup as yesterday. And we're still fishing in the margins. Trying to drag that float into the slack. That might be just a wee bit too far out, but we'll see. That might get pulled under there. We'll see how it goes.
Right, it's been a grim morning. One fish. Kept that out another hour longer than I was intending, so I think it's time to put out another 5 feederfuls. Check the baits and put fresh baits out. See if that'll spur in some action.
I was starting to think it was never going to happen for me. Not today anyway. A couple of fresh feederfuls, fresh cast. And we're away. Don't think it's a big fish, but I don't care. Just want to get the blank off. No one likes blanking. Yeah, I think this is quite a small one.
Made it.
Yeah, it's a wee scrapper, I think. The guys below us there have had 5 between them.
Not that bad.
It's not that bad actually.
Now it woke up.
They start again now. Yeah, the guys below us have had 5 between us. And we've been thinking, what the hell are we doing wrong here? So yeah, starting to feel a wee bit of pressure there. I like the pressure though, it's good.
No, you don't, you're a miserable bastard.
Says the guy who just lost his rag because I turned the camera off too soon. There we go. I don't think he's a double, but nah, 8 maybe. We're gonna have a wee look anyway. Well, it's taken me most of the day to get this one on the bank. He's only wee. He's only about, what, 7, 8 maybe? I'd say 7. He's a wee poser.
Wee photo while he's posing.
But more importantly, the blank is off. That's Barbel on all 3 days. Again. Let's get him back. Just let him sit there for a while. There we go. There, he's off. Pressure's off.
What happened there?
I don't know if I got it on camera. Hopefully not. I missed that one. Don't know how I missed it. Absolute screaming run. Lovely run. Maybe hesitated just a second too long, fixing the mic and all that crap. Struck into fresh air. But hey, it's a run. Maybe they're hungry now. Let's get them back out there. Peg's become like an absolute mud pit. Might have missed it, but it's getting the confidence up. A wee flurry to finish this trip would be nice. There's no way I was letting that one develop. As soon as I seen that rod tip go, I was on it. Not losing another one. Well, not yet anyway. It's getting a wee bit blustery. We've managed to avoid the worst of the rain. Oof. I'd like to get this one in before that rain arrives. Look over there. A bit ominous looking. I think that's gone away from us though, so we might be alright. Baby's ready for taking off again. Aye. Again, I don't think this is a huge fish. Let me come round you. But they're all nice. It's coming very easy now. We know what that means. I think he's ready for the net anytime soon. He's going to take another run, I would imagine. Not as much. So predictable. Try and keep it away from that float. Yeah, another small one. Thank you. So it's been a slow one today, but again, for me, just as the sun comes out, making a habit of this sunshine. Number 3 for the day between us. Number 2 for me. Another small one, but hey, I'm not complaining. Yeah, Gordon just said to me that every single fish I've had today, the sun's all week, or for 3 days, the sun's been out for the photos and the videos. Gordon's has been chucking it down with rain or almost dark. Almost dark. There we go. another lovely, look at that in the sun, lovely Trent Barbel. Still time for a few more, hopefully. Just let him sit there. Always make sure they're kicking and good to go. Nope. Go on. Yeah, he's off. Nice one. Is there any sound in fishing better than that? I've not long recast this and put a few more feederfuls of bait over the top since my last fish there, and so I went again. I finally managed to get a few fish in the area and get them interested. I initially thought this was a chub because it doesn't feel heavy, but it took one almighty run there, so I think this is a very small barbel. They're getting smaller, they're supposed to be getting bigger, but I think they're definitely getting smaller. Maybe finishing with that flurry of fish after all. Yeah. That ain't no chub. Almost went there. I think that's maybe the smallest of the trip. Nearly that other line there. It's actually a wee bit bigger than I thought. Oh, much better than I thought. That's a double, isn't it?
Easily.
I thought he was tiny. Easy a double. It's because I'm used to 15 pounders, that's what it is. Let's rest him and we'll have a look. Well, he is definitely bigger than I first thought. I did think when I picked him up in the net that he's worth weighing. Now I don't. Now I'm not sure, but we've got the scales, so we'll have a look. I think he's only just scraping double figures.
Come around. 12, I reckon.
Not quite 12. I'm going to say 11. 11.6.
11.10, I'd say.
Is that 11.10?
I would say 10, it's just before 12.
Split the difference.
11.8.
11.8. Another double, good. Didn't fight like it on the way in, that was misleading. Not that I'm complaining. Got a bit of a belly on him, or on her. Right, go on, behave yourself. Didn't fight on the way in, but changed its mind now. Absolutely love them. How cool are those fish? So if you remember back to our last trip on the Trent back in September, that bumper day, at the beginning of that session, this would have been a new PB for me. 11.8. Now we've managed to go way beyond that. It's still lovely to see. Get back. Gordon's just said to me, try and get a nice little lifty up shot in the water. And what I think he means by that is something like that. Yes. Good?
Yep.
They're solid chunky fish this time of year. Not the longest, I said that before. They're short, fat, powerful fish.
Sounds like a guy, you know.
Oh, a flick of the tail, he's off. Yet again, a tough start to the day, but it's all going in the right direction.
It's still daylight, aye.
Who knows?
I've had one of the red days. Every now and again you need to do this. Just to make sure they're still working. Other than that, run first cast this morning. It's been pretty grim for myself. Alex has come into a good flurry at the end here. Now, it's 4:15. That sun's still got another 2 hours in it, I reckon. An hour 45 on my clock. And if one thing we've learnt in the 4 years we've been coming down here is this is the time you should expect to get runs. Runs through the day are a bonus, but early and late are always good. Unless you have an exceptional day like we had back in September. So my fingers are still crossed. This is where my PB came from, well, just literally around the bend there. Just as the sun set, so fingers crossed. Probably sick of seeing Alex playing fish. But it's not been a brilliant 3 days fishing. The phrase quantity over quality, it definitely sums this up. No, it's not. It's the other way about it. That early night of the day is any good last night. Quality over quantity is definitely the theme of this past 3 videos over this trip, so I'm probably more tired than I think I am. Not I am, but hungry. Right, fingers crossed, waffling nonsense now.
Midway through packing up there, before it got dark, and it screamed off again. Gordon's just finished saying about Barbel o'clock. I'd say it's about now. Does it get any better than this? Now, I know I said my last fish felt like it was small on the way in. Turned out to be 11.8. I don't think this one's 11.8. But what it is fish number 8 for the trip. Fish number 10 in total, fish number 8 for me. And for February, here, you can't really complain. I know Gordon was saying how difficult it's been. But we've come down here in February and blanked on barbel and not caught any barbel in 3 days, so we'll definitely not grumble at this. I'm going to have a look at this guy. Brilliant. Might only be small. So what were you saying about quality over quantity? You were right the first time. It's now quantity over quality.
For you. I'll stick with the quality.
Aye. Now if you're only going to catch 2 fish, those are the 2 you wanted.
Finally. Beginning to think it was never going to happen. Alex, can you mind the net? Right, let's not get too cocky. You start to question yourself. See when folk are catching fish round about you. You start to wonder if you're doing something wrong, or is that bit of meat still on the hook? That's what was literally going through my mind there as I was packing up. It doesn't matter how big they are. Now that drag, I'm going to loosen that off actually. That drag is set pretty tight and it's pulling the line off it with ease. This actually feels not a bad fish. This is the lighter rod right enough. Blowing that other line. Come on, do as you're told. I'm going to get it under that rod. Why do your knees, why does your legs stop functioning right? Honestly, my legs are like jelly. Just watching that blowing that other rod, lining that other rod. Please. Come on, behave. Maybe bigger than I thought it was.
Big tail on it, big.
Make on this side, get away for that. The branches. I'm under my other rod now, aren't I? Right, Alex, could you net that for me, please, so I don't take a header? That's not too bad. That might be another double. That's a double. Oh. Telling you, Barbel o'clock, always happens.
What is it? Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity, quantity over quality. Up's down, down's up.
That is quality.
That's a good fish. Oh yeah, beauty. Right, Alex is weighing this for me. What is it? I said about 11.
10-15.
Did you get it off the ground?
10-15.
10,
Double
15.
check.
Yes.
Not quite 11.
Well, I don't know, I'd say 11.
Of course you would.
10, 15. Right, for once, I've got the sun lit. Yeah, all I want is one nice photo of you, please. So please behave. £10.15 of Trent bronze. 3 doubles. I'm happy with that. Quality is definitely better than quantity on this occasion. It's an absolute stunning fish. You see all the scales right? Yeah, quite nice 40s, aye. Look at that in the sunlit. One last look before he goes back. Right. I'm happy with that. Look at this, look.
That'll be a run. And still they keep coming. What a way to finish this trip. I mentioned earlier in the video, or earlier in the session, that it would be lovely to finish these 3 days with a flurry of fish. In all fairness, I didn't expect it to happen, but hey, that's exactly what's happened. He's not quite ready, is he? I think we'll just unhook him here and get him straight back, I think. I think we've all seen enough barbel today. Nick to the scissors. Aye, they're all nice fish, they're all absolutely stunning. It's like they're fin perfect. If I get down here without falling in. I don't know what we were worried about. Squeaky chairs.
I know, 360 pick, and I picked the squeakiest one. Well, that was an alright day, wasn't it?
Right. And we made it off by darkness. Just.
Well, I would say we were. I'm not gonna lie, he was shitting himself.
No, it's just
He was like, oh, we can't get caught again.
the last thing we want to do is come from afar to. It's these guys local and take the piss. So
Aye.
abide by the rules wherever possible. It was a
brought-
misunderstanding.
We brought the rods in an hour early,
I know earlier than we
would normally. But looking back over the 3 days, it's
For February.
for February.
We cannot complain.
Can't complain. Only I would just wish it was the other way around.
Finish with the big fish.
Aye, I wish we ended because obviously the fairy tale of Newark for last year, just having that work effort that you put in for 3 days solid to be rewarded at the end. I think that's been a question asked on many a forum video I've seen over the years. Would you rather catch that fish at the start or at the end? And I think for me it's the end.
But that's fishing. No two sessions are ever going to be the same.
Correct.
You know, and that's what we love about it. You know, that's what keeps drawing us back, that unknown. I quite enjoyed getting the big fish early on. But speaking of big fish, 2 PBs on the first day.
I know. It's hard to believe in it that you see it, and I think I mentioned it in one of the videos. People see that post on Facebook, oh, you must be having a brilliant trip. But it's been tough, innit? It's been really tough. These last 3 days, we actually went to bed early last night. Normally we sat up a few share boots and we have a good natter and then...
It was tiring, it was good.
But the weather as well played a bit of a part in. This morning was wild, wasn't it? Monday was a bit wild.
To Monday,
Aye. In between was stunning, gorgeous, but...
And the fishing was tough, challenging, but
it paid off in the end.
Stuck at it and we done well, I think.
And going back to kind of some of the other vlogs that we do, one of the ones we're most proud of is the Winter's Tale. And in that style of fishing as well, we've learnt, or I've learnt, some things you give up and get out of the water.
Stick it out.
Stick it out to the end. Never give up. And I don't know the right word to use here, but quite often we're guilty of not listening to our own advice. And we get, especially you, sometimes you get scunnered and get fed up. I probably do it as well. And he probably notices it in me, and I notice
He
it in him.
probably does it as well, he says.
But you can't help but get, I says, there's no going to happen. And then it does. Do you know what I mean? And it's that buzz of...
And today was a perfect example, wasn't it?
Exactly.
It was a horrible morning. He got fish, lovely fish, £13 straight off the bat.
And in sunlight.
And in sunlight for once. And
He actually saw from behind the camera how much light plays a valuable role in taking the perfect photograph.
Yeah. He's getting better at holding the fish as well. That helps as well.
And when you catch a few doubles,
He starts to sink in.
practice. You start to realise what works.
So all in all,
Another great trip.
3 fantastic days.
But what I will say, we've only been doing this, we say 4 years, that sounds a long time. But if you were to
Not in
tally it
fishing, not in
up,
fishing terms, it's not.
if you were to tally it up, how many sessions, 30 sessions or something like that? And to start off and progress how well we've progressed from 10s to 11s to 12s to 13s to 14s, and then obviously, of course, you did, didn't you? 15.
You've been having the big fish lately, so...
Something I like to talk about my pike, am I?
I'm not allowed to talk about the pike. This is a Barbel video.
Sorry. But the Barbel season, or the river season down here in England, down behind the enemy lines, comes to an end in a couple of weeks, doesn't it?
14th of March, I think, yeah. 15th of March, 14th of March? March, sometime.
So looking back over September and February, we were going to take a note, but we've not done it because we had a couple of drinks.
A lot of fish, just...
The amount of barbel we've caught
Yeah.
has been ridiculous.
The Trent is someplace.
It is. It's one of the rivers that, again, I'm repeating myself, you just never give up on it. it will reward you if you put in the time and effort. That's one thing I genuinely have learned.
So 25 fish in September.
Do you remember the numbers? He's a bit, I'm sure he's on the spectrum or something, because he remembers all these facts.
25 barbel over the 3 days in September. This time around, we didn't quite get that. I think we ended up with nine barbel.
Well, I caught 3.
Do the maths. And a chub, like a nice chub as well. I was quite pleased with that.
I'm all about quantity these days. I've done that again. Quality.
Who's on the spectrum?
I've had a few times now.
And a pike, my favourite. I thought it was a zander. That's the most disappointed I've ever been in my fishing career.
I think what I will do at this point is replay the clip.
Oh no!
I'm going to replay the clip. The screaming you'll let it out.
Yeah. So while you guys enjoy that for a second time, we're going to call it a day. And we'll see you next time, wherever that may be.
Sure it'll be, needs to be a pike video.
Oh,
So on that bombshell, thanks for watching.